Okay, hi guys, Ben here. I'm just going to be talking about a couple of things while I let this painting run in the background. The main reason why the painting's there is because, it gives some substance to what I'm talking about, I suppose, but the painting itself is not really for anything. It's just a sketch I'm about 10 minutes into at this point. It's just a texture dump and a couple of things like that. Nothing technical about it, and it's just straight sort of painting in Photoshop. But I wanted to talk about a couple of issues while it's kind of running in the background. And the issues which I'm going to be talking about are the issues with speed painting and sort of like time management in the industry right now. And when I say the industry, I mean mainly for conceptual art, production design, for movies and games and things like that. It kind of comes into play with illustration a bit, but it's not really overly much with illustration. But you might get something out of it either way. So yeah, speed. I think the whole issue with sort of speed painting came around probably a couple of years ago when YouTubers like Fengzu or Feng Shui, I don't actually know how to pronounce his name, but Feng started showing his sort of techniques of how he works and stuff. And Feng's a industry sort of veteran, and rightfully so. The guy's an absolute legend, and the fact that he puts his stuff up online for people to see for free is honestly crazy. If I was at his stature, and I didn't have a school, I would definitely be charging for that sort of service. But whatever. But I think like in a lot of his early videos, he did a lot of emphasis on how to be fast in the industry and how to get faster with your speed painting. Well, not speed painting, just painting in general. And I think that sort of sparked and bled into this whole sort of community of speed painters, people who think that digital design needs to be, uber fast, and it does need to be fast. Like if you're in studio and you're working on a game or a movie or whatever, you will be expected to bang this stuff out quite quickly, but not to the extent of half an hour, 15 minutes like some of these speed painters sort of pre-predict, because a lot of these speed paintings you'll find are done by people who have never worked on a project before. And I think that's the most important thing to mention, is that these speed painting communities are built up of people that have never even worked on a project before. So you have a community of people that are sort of doing this stuff fast, and a lot of it does look great, don't get me wrong, but fundamentally they are glorified speed paintings, or thumbnail sketches, sorry. They're basically just thumbnail sketches, which you are expected to do in studio or in house or working freelance or whatever. But for people to sort of finish them things and put them into their portfolio and say, okay, look how fast I can work, aren't I amazing, hire me. No one's ever going to hire you that way, because each time you submit your portfolio to a art director or a director, you instantly get judged on your worst work in your portfolio. So if you've got like a 15-minute speed paint, which you're really proud of because you did it in 15 minutes, and it's got terrible design, which 9 times out of 10 it will have bad design, just purely because you did it fast. And even though the atmosphere's there, the tone's there, the mood's there, the lighting's there, who cares? Like, if the design's bad, the art director is not going to hire you. It's just that simple. Like this right now, which I'm working on, I've put in this castle here, and it's kind of looking like a painting, but it's if I just stopped because it's at about the half an hour point now and said, okay, done, this is a speed painting. If I put this in my portfolio, it would be a joke. It would actually be a joke, because it's got no design to it. It's got nothing to show what it is other than, oh, it's a valley with maybe a castle-ish town thing. What does that show? It doesn't show anything. It might have good lighting, it might have mood, but who cares? Like, that's not going to get you a job. The art director is not going to look at this and be like, oh, this guy's got good design. There's no design here. So I think that's my main point, is that if you do speed painting, like, and you're aware that, you know, it's not going to be like this in studio, then, you know, that's cool. Like, go for it. You know, they are fun to do, don't get me wrong, and they are a good challenge, and they do speed you up when you are actually in studio and you are working on these sort of bigger paintings. Like this painting which I'm at right now, it's not going to be finished for at least another few hours. Maybe it might hit like the 4th or 5th hour before it's even done. But at this point, there's still a lot of experimentation going on. And I think that's my main point, is that's the key word that you have to continuously remember while you're doing these things, and that is experimentation. And I think a lot of people forget that you need to experiment, especially at a junior level, or if you're just starting out doing this stuff, you need to just experiment constantly. Like in this painting you're watching right now, I'm just constantly trying out new stuff. Like I'm darting around, I'm trying different layers, I'm dumping in new textures, I'm just trying things constantly. I'm experimenting and further experimenting. And I think a lot of people forget that, and it's the most important thing. Because a lot of the time I look at sort of people's portfolios and they say, hey, do you think I've got a shot? And I'm like, well, no, not really, because your portfolio is full of speed painting. There's no finished painting. And you know, the reply said, well, you know, they are finished. They were just done really fast. And it's like, no, you need to do full paintings. When you're working in house, you'll be working on paintings, and you'll be expected to do them within, I don't know, maybe a couple of full finished paintings a day is probably the limit before you considered slow in any way. Like, even if you did a really good shot, like a really good painting one day, and you spent the whole day working on it, you know, that's acceptable. So for people to turn around and be like, oh, you need to get these things done in half an hour and you need to make 9 of them. It's like, no, you need to, if you can get to about 2 or 3 paintings a day, then you are fast enough. And that is the important thing, because you need to worry about design, not by how the mood looks. You know, 9 times out of 10, if you present something to a director and it's got bad design, they will tell you to go back and do it. It doesn't matter how fantastically rendered it looks. It could look realistic as hell. If it's got bad design, he will tell you to go back and fix it. Like, it's just that simple. If you've got a little pencil sketch which has got awesome design and it's exactly what he's looking for, he probably won't even ever ask you to go back and redo it. He'll probably just pass that on and be like, okay, we need to make this looks cool. Or can you know, render this out a bit more because it looks cool. I think that's what you got to remember. It's not about how fast you can do it. It's what you do. So when I say when you're working in-house or you're working for a director, normally they want you to do at least 3 or 4 paintings a day if you're in sort of like a AAA sort of title. But if you're just starting out as a junior, you're not expected to do that much work. It's just stupid. Like, you'll be expected to do 2, maybe 3 at most. You know, the fact that people think that you have to make 10 paintings a day or something, it's stupid. Unless you're making thumbnail sketches, to which they are thumbnail sized, then yeah, that's fine. But working on half an hour speed paintings are pretty much useless. Like, in my opinion, what you should be doing is working on full paintings. Even if they take you 9 weeks, if you finish one full painting, the amount of stuff you will learn from that is astronomical. But if you just carry on making speed paintings, you're just going to be re-practicing the same techniques you already know. So it's just going to slow you down, if anything at all. So yeah, I think that's my main point, really. But yeah, what do you guys think? Do you think it's sort of damaging the industry? Like, do you see like these countless portfolios with just nothingness in them? I mean, I do all the time. Like, what do you guys think about it? Let me know in the comments below, and you know, I'll try and reply to them and whatnot. If not, you can hook me up on Facebook. I'll leave my website and links and all that sort of stuff below. But yeah, if you like what you see, then feel free to like the pages, and I might do some more future videos, depending on how this video goes, really. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys, I suppose, and I shall catch you next time. Let's hope. But yeah, bye.